Hey guys, it's Reagan, and today I'm going to be doing the Star Wars Force Awakens review. So I can't spend forever in the C-3PO mask because it's kind of hard to hear. But I just saw Force Awakens for the second time in 24 hours. I went to the 7:30 showing. When I went to the 7:30 showing, I dressed up, and this is what I wore. I had a Star Wars shirt and leggings, all from JCPenney's, which I got on sale, so that was a really good deal. And I also did my hair like Princess Leia's when she was on Hoth. So that's what I did. And I tried. But this is after the show, so that's why it looks messy. And I went to the 12:15 showing today. So I've seen it twice, and I've really I noticed a lot more things that I didn't really quite catch on to the first one. So if you're gonna see Star Wars, I recommend seeing it more than once, at least like in the theaters, because you'll be able to catch on to more stuff. And plus, it's a great movie, so it's pretty entertaining. I have to say that I really liked it. I was impressed. I was almost scared that J.J. Abrams was gonna take it in a place that I was gonna be kind of ticked off about. I think, okay, so like, I really want Luke and like Leia to have a lot of kids, because I think it's really interesting to see their children's story and how each person reacts with the Force, especially since Kylo Ren took out all the Jedis. So that kind of stinks, and I feel like really most of the Jedis that are going to be coming up in this movie are going to be their children, and they're going to like reboot Jedi training. So that's what I kind of believe. But so there's a lot of similarities to The Force Awakens, like to The New Hope. Well, first of all, like Kylo Ren, he's trying to be like Darth Vader. That's his mentor. He's like kind of obsessed with it almost, because he's like, help me be more like towards the dark side. Don't let the light take over, the light side taking over me, to like the Darth Vader mask. And he's kind of obsessed with that. So he's like the Darth Vader character. Also, Rey, she's a lot like Luke. She is on a desert planet. She is really kind of smart, kind of technical, knows kind of how like machines kind of work. Like, she's a scavenger. That's what they always call her, the scavenger. And so she's kind of like how Luke was kind of like the farm boy. That's how she is, like a scavenger. But she had no family because her family left her, probably for her protection, which I'll talk about her family later. So yeah, it's very similar to Luke in that matter. And then the main plot of the movie is that they have to blow up this planet because it has this huge cannon in it, and it's like they cracked the planet in half, like the First Order cracked the planet in half and inserted in kind of like the Death Star, and it's like way bigger than the Death Star. And so they have a gun that basically destroys planets, or a weapon that destroys planets, but it destroys multiple planets at the time. Whereas the Death Star just destroyed like one planet at a time. So that kind of well, that was kind of like similar. And it was kind of sad when they destroyed planets, but it wasn't that sad because you didn't really, they like destroyed the Republic, but you're like, there was really no attachment. So I wasn't that like, oh, the Republic, you know, because you didn't really know the characters there. So they destroyed that, so you could see how powerful it was. And basically, they found out where the rebels were, so they had to, the resistance, they call it the resistance now. They found out where the resistance is, so they had to, like, take down this planet. So that's basically most of the plot of the movie, like New Hope. And, okay, so when the Stormtrooper was trying to, like, leave because he realized the First Order is, like, terrible and stuff, which Finn, a lot of people believe that he is Lando's son, because there was a crossword puzzle at some time that said Finn Calrissian, where it's like Lando's name. So they think his son, and the stormtroopers now, they were like plucked from families and things like when they were really little. So that's kind of interesting. And to get off, he finds Poe, who's the best pilot in the Resistance. And he's like, I need to break you out, whatever. And he's like, you need a pilot. And that kind of seemed similar to when they needed Han to be a pilot because they needed like a ship. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just felt like a similarity there. Also, it just, like, the way the characters moved, it was kind of, I think, because it's like the first of the trilogy, it will be kind of similar to New Hope because of they need more exposition and more characters and like seeing more characters and finding the ship, and they always still reference the Millennium Falcon as like garbage and stuff. They're like, this ship is terrible, but it's pretty good. So that's basically what happens. When Rey, like, she goes to Mons or whatever, and when she meets like Han, he's like, what's your name? She's like, Rey. Like, Han kind of like smirks a little bit and like looks away, and he's like, so I do not know if he knows who she is. I don't think we'll ever really, well, we'll probably find that out, but I think that if he does know who she is, he probably doesn't think he's the one to tell her. So that's why I don't think she's Leia's and Han's daughter, because I think Han and Leia would have probably told her and stuff. So that's what I think. And then she goes to Mons, and then she has to she touches this lightsaber, which was Luke's and Anakin's, and she has a flashback, and it's about like Luke, where you see Luke from the trailer holding on to like R2-D2, and she sees like a bunch of different things. She sees like Kylo Ren, like kind of looks like where Luke was at before, but where it's just rain and like coming back searching for Luke. And there's also kind of a foreshadowing because she sees Kylo Ren like in the woods, like where the planet is at the end where they fight. So I think, and it's kind of like she has memory repression, because it shows her being like taken away from her family, but she doesn't know who her family is. She doesn't know who's coming back for her. She doesn't know anything about it. Now, she was also left like when she was a little girl, like 8 years old, but still, it's like her memory's like repressed. So I feel like, and like at the end, after she touches lightsaber, some Force Ghost or some Force Ghost says, Rey, these are your first steps. So it sounded kind of like Obi-Wan, but it could also been Luke. It just depends. So that's what happened. And you gotta keep, yeah, well, here's Ethan. So you gotta pay attention to that, because I didn't catch that the first time, but if you really like listen.
You don't listen, and you get soda and the movie theaters, and you get soda and the movie theaters.
Yes.
And candy.
Okay.
And popcorn.
Yes. So that's what happened. And also, the worst spoiler probably that I'm going to tell you is when it was really sad to me. Probably why a lot of people cried is because Han Solo was at this big planet in this weapon of the First Order trying to blow it up, and he was like, he saw his son, he's like, Ben, and they go see each other, and they like have a touching, and he's like, take off that mask, son, you can still be good again. And he's like, Father, I need you to help me to clear my head and make it better for me. And so he like looks like he's gonna hand the lightsaber to Han Solo, but and he sticks it right through his gut. It was really sad. Yeah, so I was like, oh, luckily my mom saw that on the internet, so I kind of already knew that was going to happen. And I also feel like BB-8 throughout the movie, I like R2-D2 a lot better. I just feel like he's a little bit more, like BB-8's kind of like the puppy, and R2's like the big like dog. So that's how I feel. But it was pretty good. And at the end, when Rey sees Luke, she's just like handing him his lightsaber, and basically it was such like a stare down, and it was such a stare down, and it was like, okay. So that's my Star Wars review. I give it an 8 out of 10 because I thought it was pretty good. I still think the other movies were better, or the original
Like that.
were a little bit better.
He's not like one of them or Spider-Man.
But thanks guys for watching, and
bye-bye, guys.
bye bye. Please subscribe though. Bye.
Bye.